All right. Hey, John, I wanted to send you this message because we weren't able to connect this morning. I wanted to tell you all about this rafting trip, and so here I am, Google Maps. Wanted to give you kind of the lowdown on how we've done this before, and I'm so jealous. This is absolutely one of my favorite adventures. It's the perfect family adventure for families our age, and so I want to share it with you. And I'm going to be heading out tonight camping, so you probably won't be able to catch me for other details. I had a quick conversation with Catherine, but I wanted to share this with you. So the idea is that you just come over here. You're going to need two cars. I recommended to Catherine that you guys get mom and dad's canoe, and I think I saw it there in their backyard not too long ago. So within the last month or so, I think you can get their canoe. The reason is the canoe just has all the space for the gear, right? Sleeping bags, food, etc. that you're going to need. Kayaks and those little open air kayaks that you have, those are a little bit challenging, and I would be concerned about it tipping over and having a hard time with that. So I recommend the canoe. Then there are those foam things that go on the edges of the canoe so that you can flip it upside down and tie it down on your van. If you have questions about that, I'm sure you can talk to my mom and dad or John, who have done that quite a bit. I've done that a lot, but I can't be, I won't be available. So take that canoe and another car, right? So the canoe's on your van, all your kayaks and gear in the van, but you'll need a second driver so that you can shuttle. You're going to drive up here. This is the Bush Highway as it turns, right? So Power Road turning to Bush Highway. And there's a little camp right here. There's a little park right here where you're going to park. Now you're going to need those Tonto passes. So I think Circle K, or might be able to get them online. I'm not sure, but do a quick search. You can find out where the Tonto passes can be purchased. So it's a Granite Reef Recreational Area. You'll park the little car there, and then you'll drive up in the van. Okay, you're going to drive up. You're going to cross the river at Blue Point Bridge, and and the best trip would be for you to put in up here with the canoes, or I'm sorry, um, the tubers put in right here. Okay, so you'd have to put in right here. You have to pay for a Tonto pass to park in this tubing area. This is right up near the Salt River. I'm sorry, the Swirl Lake above Blue Point Bridge. But you put in here, and then you've got the river to start floating down. You take the canoe and all those kayaks, all your gear, uh, on the night before. So you're going here. You've got light, your sunlight, and then the river splits. The river splits right here. I recommend going on the left route. Okay, the left side, um, and up here it splits for just a little bit. I recommend going on the right side. So if you just put in, stay on the right side, and then you go on the left side, this is the main split, and then the image right here, the satellite image right here, is shown with really low water flow, which is not what you will experience. But take this in here, and there are some sandbars right in here where you can camp. This is where I recommend you camp, right in here before. These are the rough rapids right here. This is the fastest set of rapids, most rugged rapids of the river. But camp right before there. There's sandbar, there's some shade. You can play around in the water here safely, and fish maybe. I don't know what the fishing's like there, but anyway, that would be a good place to camp. And then next morning, hop in all put the gear in the canoes, head out with the kayaks, and you're heading down this rugged part. Now, the littles, like if Romney is going, I might recommend anybody that's not familiar or strong with the paddling of the kayak, I'd recommend they stay in the canoe or in an adult kayak, or somehow be controlled or towed by an adult in the canoe or kayak, and that way they can make it down safely through this rugged part. It's nothing too bad. It's just just hate for someone to fall out and get caught up in the rocks. That would be a scary thing, I think. But if it's Mac or Mitchell, or even Emmett, maybe depending upon how. Yeah, I'd say Emmett. They ought to be able to, or Claire. They certainly could control one of those kayaks and navigate and have a blast, absolute blast. Anyway, coming on down through the Salt River here, you cross the Blue Point Bridge. It's so much fun, and then you wind around here. Um, Again, you wind down. It's just having fun. Then you get to a place called Fonda Sutton. Cass says you guys know all about Fonda Sutton, and that's a fun place. But you're just enjoying the road or the river. I think this is Fonda Sutton coming up here. Fonda Sutton was a cool place. Oh, first there's Coons Bluff, and I would recommend going left at Coon Bluff, right? So Coon Bluff is a place. There's a place where you can actually surf the rapids. If you turn yourself around, there's enough of a place. I don't know if you've ever surfed rapids or anything like that in a kayak, but there's a place where you um, can anyway surf the rapids in one of those little kayaks. It'd be a lot of fun. And there's some fun rapids there. And here comes Fonda Sutton. I think it is right there. Is that it? Yeah, here it is. So there's these little rock formations, and the water just flows through these rock formations, creates really neat little paths for the water to flow. And also the Verde comes in right there. It'd be fun to explore the inlet of the Verde, River. I don't know how far you can go up, but if you could try to go up the Verde, the rapids might be a little too tough, but that would be a fun one to explore. But that's right at Fonda Sutton. And if the kids might like to just go over and over through Fonda Sutton, this little rock formation on the little kayaks, and have fun on the kayaks over and over in the same spot. Anyway, then keep going, and it's pretty easy from there on out. It even starts to get pretty slow. You see a lot of birds. I've even seen eagles, bald eagles, in that area until you get down to where your car is, and then the kids hang out, maybe with Catherine. Catherine stays, and then you hop in the car, and then you take the car upstream. This is when you do the yo-yo action, right? You take the car back up to the van, you get the van, and then you take the van back to Catherine, and everybody can load in with all the gear, but they need to now take you back up to get the car, and then you take the car and back to the van. Now, that means that you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4 trips just to get all the gear back together, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's 45 minutes or so of yo-yo. It's annoying, but there's no way around it. It's about a 10-minute drive, maybe a little less than that, 10-minute drive to go from the bottom of the Salt up to this parking area over here. Anyway, you just go back and forth to get everybody and your two cars together. And now here's the thing. While the kids are waiting, right? While the kids are waiting for you to do that yo-yo back and forth, they can be having a ton of fun with Catherine in this little, almost like a lake. It's almost like a lagoon where I found that along the edges of the, along the edges of the waterway, there are big cattails and different pieces of brush, and there are these huge snails that grow on the cattail leaves and roots and kind of what just barely under the water. And it's fun to go find these snails. Kids would have a blast finding snails for the 40 minutes while you're zigzagging back and forth. Anyway, then you hop in and head home. Anyway, I hope that helped. Let me think if there's anything. If you happen to get out late or you get out early and you want to camp in a different spot, there's plenty of places to camp along the river. So I wouldn't worry about finding this spot specifically or feeling like you have to, but it's a good spot right up here. Um, Man, I'll tell you though, it's one of my favorite trips to go with the kids. It absolutely is a blast. It feels like, a $1,000 or per person Grand Canyon, water overnight rafting trip, but it's just real close and super cheap and tons of fun. Um, there's just tons of coyotes out here, so you're going to hear the howling of the coyotes, I'm sure, in the middle of the night. And it's. I so hope that you guys get to go and do that. And I wish I could go with you, but tell me all about it when you get back.